Hello people, how good it makes me be on the sidewalk, close of life people, it makes me so good. Empathize with Mariano Close in his football opinions, narration style and perspective on the sport. Then we can disagree on some minor issues, minor point in question. Marquezin spoke. As we reported, this guy talked too much and caused his own downfall. He's a guy who shows miserability in the long run, ends up showing it many more times. Being in Boca where everything is frequently replicated, the guy shows what he is. He spoke again, he couldn't keep quiet. Once Fernando Gago left, the guy came out to shovel dirt on him. He already showed his bad blood. We'll leave it on the final screen, so watch it after this video if you haven't yet. Question. Mariano Close commented on Marquezin's statements, Marquezin's lies in relation to the match with Alianza Lima, that he backed out from the penalty shootout. The interesting thing here is that there are journalists who continue to play dumb. Two of the golden triplets we got out are Arevalo Monroy and Contrato Aguilera. They are two of the golden triplets. They repeat the same thing on various channels, playing dumb about Marquezin, claiming it was scheduled but not agreed upon. They criticize the one who left, support the one who stays. The Bostereodistas repeated their actions, with Ariel Rodriguez feigning disapproval. However, Marquezin is a bad person who was exposed for his behavior and will continue engaging in it. When there is a final, possibly because they are already in the final, they say they are going to play a final with River. Marquezin in fact came out to say, I want a final with River. Shut your beak, friend, I'll see you tomorrow. As soon as Barcelona-River ends for the Copa Libertadores, because we play the Cup. For our post-match stream, let's go to the video.
Did you chat with Mr. Marquezin?
The goalkeeper
Talked about
Alianza Lima and about that change, the penalties. What is he doing? What happens? What happens? Well, Gago was looking at Fernando Palo on the other side.
let's see. Marquezin.
He said it in the press. He's a coach I admire as a person, as a colleague, also an extraordinary person, an extraordinary coach. He makes decisions, and one as a player, decisions, cuts must also be respected. He's someone I greatly admire and consider extraordinary. Well, that was his decision. Leandro obviously came from winning a very important series at Newell's Court. I think in the Argentina Cup, stopping 4 penalties, a kid who works very well in that, really very good in that sense, and well, he decided that the best for the team was that. One respects him because he was determined to win and advance to the next rounds. I didn't put myself above any teammate. I think respect for teammates and colleagues is very important, and the moment he came in, read what is for the team, and we're going to support him. And at the time when the classification, that was what we all had.
It's striking. He spoke after Gago Marquezin and waited for his response before addressing the topic. Like any coach, he will always protect the football player. Yes, sir. Follow me. I won't let you down.
Let's see.
Gago will protect the football players, as any coach would. There's a second. So it gives me the impression that I made the decision by saying I took it out. Of course, he's not going to say it. What Caldera was about this topic all this time, Gago is not going to say in an interview. Well, he did it with us. Yes, I don't know what happened to Marquezin. He asked me for a change. What do I know? He went to tell him because besides, remember the route and remember the substitutes bench. Gago was looking at the play in the Riachuelo area.
But that's the serious part.
The speech does not match the majority. The Boca Juniors goalkeeper goes ahead with a separate assistant. It was great because they kept telling each other until they told Gago that he was staying for the other side. So what did Gago do? The truth, I want to congratulate Gago because he protected him. Marquezin had not heard this. I had not heard this statement to you neither, Marquezin. Hearing this, first, what he does smart, he overthought. It's divine. I admired him. This is how I see him as a person. He said he made the decision and covered himself with Gago and Marquezin. He asked if they had been in the first division for years. You don't need to hide behind anything because the truth is that the one who broke the mold was Marquezin doing what he did. The truth is that Marquezin's statement makes him look worse because he's not being truthful about everything we saw.
Marquezin approaches the substitutes bench with uncertainty. Do we do what we talked about during the week with Tiger Munoz? Then there begins the question, so that Gago can give an answer to that question. Gago had 2 paths. What did they work on? What did they talk about? What is better? Well, take it out if you think it's a bit of what you see, or say, no, stay there. And Gago, as a good coach?
What qualities make a good coach who is also a friend to the players? I mean, no, I don't know if he's a good coach, technically, tactically, as a good coach, as the main coach of the team. He covered him in the end for what Marquezin did, which was to leave the field. Marquezin didn't request a substitution from Fernando Gago's coaching staff during the match against Alianza Lima. He didn't ask to be replaced. Very supportive of the group. And as they had discussed during the week, they had planned it with the goalkeeper coach, with Tigre Munoz, about the possibility of a tie-break if there were penalties. He reminded the coach, look, we talked about it during the week, but I'm here to stop. But Munoz forgot, so he didn't back down from the penalties. Munoz is a goalkeeper's coach. He just has to be there.
Goalkeepers. It was the 89th minute and he forgot. It was the 89th minute and he forgot.
And notice that Gago was doing something else, not Munoz. When he approaches and does all that, what is Gago doing? The first thing he does is look at the Tiger Munoz. And did Munoz forget? He does it like saying, are we? And there the Tiger Munoz. He confirms to him to go to Bray. He didn't wait for Gago's declaration for the interview and waited until he was outside the club. Because now Marchesin no longer cares about his relationship. Besides, for those who understand, the excessive praise he gives before giving his opinion. He's a terrific technician and a great guy. I've always admired our work together. He flattered him extensively. Then having to declare what he declared, you...
Tell you one thing.
Bravo, Marchesin.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Had those declaration maneuvers.
You, as a football player, what do you say? Gago in his facet, in his role, it's something of life.
Gago is the group leader. Very good. It's something of
Skin. And in his role as a footballer? What about his coach? Marquezin very bad.
you must resolve a situation, and Marquezin goes. He tells the coach, look, I feel bad, or we worked on this, are we going to do it or not? And then he has to make the decision. Not to make a fool of ourselves, this one from word of mouth.
Marquezin already has a history of controversies, I was checking.
Several, I get worried when you talk in that tone. It has a controversial history. Check its past. Outside, in Argentina, in Mexico, in
Portugal.
fights. Yes, fights. He had to go out and apologize 2 or 3 times. Add it if you want.
In this recent step through Argentina before the Super Classico Classic, he started to talk, to be funny. He shouldn't have said he could have done more in goal, in my opinion. Whose goal was it?
Goal.
Whose goal? The 2-in-1 gives a rebound in one case and a free kick from 59 yards in the other. Me, and then me. And then me. To me, it seems very human from the bottom. What he said to Borja, well, I am telling you, is the... Whether you like the Marquezin combo or not, that's what it is. That's what he told me. To Borja, I think. I believe Christian was on a field, but for me there's a limit. But the sporting jests of a match. There are things the camera didn't capture, where he knew it was present. What is he hiding?
For me, there's a behind, it's worse. For me, there is a back, it's worse.
For me, there's a couple from behind, it's worse for me.
There's a couple from behind, it's worse. For me, there's a couple from behind, it's worse. And hearing this is me saying, Gago, at this moment he's hearing this, he has to call him on the phone. You have to call him on the phone. You keep setting me on fire when you decided to save yourself. This is tough news.
Did you guys hear it like that? He said he would not have erased himself and was waiting for the penalties. However, he contradicts himself by saying he did erase himself. He doesn't make sense. Because he was waiting for that moment to stand out. It's the best thing that can happen to a goalkeeper. But what Lola says is...
Marquezin's statements and the images are due to incomplete context provided. Marquezin says Gago made the decision and Marquezin is seen approaching.
That Gago's decision.
After all that happened,
Well, yes, the coach makes the change.
He's washing his image.
Marquezino told the 4th referee, take me out, Lean is going in, which was obviously not the case.
The decision is made by Gago, and Gago has to say it. The stance with which Marquezin approaches the substitutes bench is with a question, do we do what we talked about during the week with Tiger Munoz? Then there begins the question. For that question to be answered by Gago, Gago had two paths. Marquezin did not ask for the change.
In the match against Alianza Lima, he did not ask for the change from Fernando Gago's technical team.
They worked on something and discussed it. They considered what was better and suggested removing something if that seemed appropriate. No, stay there.
What Marquezin did.
Very supportive of the group. As discussed during the week, they brought it up with the goalkeeper coach, Munoz, also known as the Tiger. Of these possibilities that Bray would save if there were penalties, he reminded the teacher, look, we talked about it during the week, but I'm here to save.